Hello everyone, welcome to our free webinar on business analytics with R. My name is Vinayak and I am part of the support team. I would like you all to respond to the chat window with a yes in case you're hearing my voice. Okay. All right. So I guess everyone is able to hear.
Muted.
Sula Reddy,
Unmuted.
Satish Kura, Vardarajan, Amrinder Singh. Okay, let's get started. I would like to inform you that the instructor may not be able to answer all the questions today due to the large audience. However, our technical experts are available live on Twitter to answer your queries. So feel free to post your questions on Twitter, marking them to @EdurekaIN using a hashtag AskEdureka. You'll get to know more about this in the next slide. I would like to start off by introducing our instructor, Ansh. Ansh is one of the leading data scientists and has 7 years experience in IT and analytics. Ansh has exposure to complete data science project lifecycle and has rich on-site experience as well. He has worked with Japanese clients who are known for their high standards and expectations and has proved his expertise during his stay there. Let's begin with our webinar. Happy learning.
Hello? Yeah. Okay. Hey, good morning, all. Are you able to listen to me? Are you able to listen to me? Great. So, my name is Ansh, and I am the presenter and the host for today's session. And the agenda of today's session is to make you aware about the business analytics that we are doing using an analytical tool called R. So, I'll take you through, for next 1 hour, I'll take you through the various aspects of the R, why one should learn R, what is business analytics, why it is getting popular these days, some use cases, and the various industries and the application which are using analytics in today's world. So the agenda, as I said, just a minute, let me make it big, the presentation. Okay. So the objective is, what is business analytics, who uses R and how, what is R, why to use R, what are the various R products those are available in the commercial market, what is the job trends in R, how to get started with R, and the use case implementation. I'll run through the demo of the couple of examples also in the session, and we'll try to teach you that how easy it is to use R. So this slide is depicting that what is the big data. It is a most sought after word in today's scenario. Everybody is talking about big data, but nobody actually using it. They are not using it till its full potential. So this slide is saying that, what is the amount of data that is being generated in nowadays. you can read out few things just to give you a visualization, just to give you a image of the data that is being generated in today's world. I would like to take an example here, that if you have all the people in the world, and you are giving a 32 GB hard disk or 32 GB maybe tablet to each of the people in the morning, and in the evening if you are taking that back, all that hard disk or all that tablet will be filled with the data. So this is the amount of data that we are generating nowadays. It was not the case sometime back, some few years back. It was not the case. So some more examples I want to quote here, that Airtel, we might all know about. It's a telecom company based out in India. It handles around 8 billion calls every day. 8 billion calls every day. It has 260 million subscribers now. Another example is the 1 million gigabyte of data is being processed by Google every hour. 1 billion pieces of content are being shared on Facebook every day. Can you imagine the amount of data that is being generated now? Google has around 300 trillion rows of data, right? So now organizations and the ecosystem around us is creating a lot of data. What to do with that data? Can we leave the data aside and do our regular job? No. Even if let's say if I'm talking about the industry of energy and utility, if even a single company is utilizing this data and getting benefit out of the data, then others are forced to use that. So you cannot run away from the data that is being generated. You cannot just keep that data aside and do your regular business. You will not be able to survive with this kind of attitude. So you need to change your mindset. You need to capitalize the data that is being generated, and you need to use that data for the betterment of your business, to create insight from the data, and what all can be done, you need to find out from the data only. Another question is that, as I am saying that a lot of data is being generated now. What about 5 years back? We were generating the data, but business analytics was not in that much of demand. Can you imagine some reason? Let's say if I am saying that let's say 200 GB of data is being generated in 1 hour, then at least we were generating around 0.2 GB 2 years back. Still the analytics was not that popular. Still the business analysis was not that popular. Can you come up with any reason in your mind that what is the thing which is forcing? What is the thing which is supplementing the use of analytics these days? Any point from anyone will be a great help. Anyone? Why are we so much running after the analytics now? Why not two months back? I got a response from one of the participants. He's saying competition in the business. Anyone, any use of social media? That's true. That is the way that we are generating the data, transforming data to information. E-commerce, these are the input I'm getting to make good use of data. That's true. These are the applications. These are the application, guys. I am saying, what is the technological change which is forcing us to use it? I am saying 100% now, at least 20% was 5 years back. People are saying big data, some is saying more people using internet. Right, I got one very nice response from one of the participants. He's saying low cost of storage. Another is saying cheaper hardware. That's true, but not the exact answer. So one answer I got is the low cost of storage, which is perfectly true. Can anybody imagine that what was the cost of 1 terabyte hard disk in 1990 maybe? What was the cost of 1 terabyte hard disk in 1990? Any answer, any rough guesses will help us. Ashok Kumar is saying $1,000. No, it was much more than that value. Ashutosh Kumar. Amit Sood is coming to a point. He's saying $1 million. Can we imagine? No, it does exist. It was not for commercial uses. It was not for the household uses, but for commercial it was certainly. The cost of 1 terabyte hard disk in 1990 was around $9 million. $9 million in 1990. And what is the cost now? You can get it. You can get it in maybe less than $100. You can get it in less than $100. Can you see the change from $9 million to around less than $100? You can get that, right? One force. I'm trying to show it here. Why business analytics is getting popular? Cost of storing data has gone down drastically. Similarly, the cost of processing data has gone down drastically. See, this is the slide which is saying hard disk cost per gigabyte. See what is the 1990, what it is saying, and what is the cost now. It is less than, for 1 GB, it is less than 0.10 for 1 GB. I was talking about 1 terabyte. So now you can store 1 GB of data in a cost which is less than $0.1. One force. Now organizations has this capability, has this ability to store the data. What was the case in the past? The cost of storing data itself was very high. So to run an analytics on that data is again a further expensive affair. So now you can store the data at a very cheaper cost, and then you can run your analytics on that data to find out the business and insight from the data. Okay, that is the one factor which is forcing. Another is the cost of processing data. Can you see how drastically the cost of processing data has moved down? This graph is showing the cost of processing per million transactions, you can say, per million transactions in 1992 and till 2012. You can see a drastic change. It was $222 for 1 million transaction in 1992, or maybe in between 1992 to 93, and now it is less than 0.06. So these two factors are forcing the use of big data, or the forcing the use of the data that you have in your industry from a long time and you are not using that, right? If I am Walmart and I want to interact with all of my people, if I want to interact with all of the transactions which is happening around across the world, can I do that personally? Can I go and check every counter and find out what is the buying behavior of people? Certainly no. What best I can do, what is the way through which I can interact with my customer, is to know about their transaction details, is to know about the transaction patterns that the person is leaving behind. That is the way through which I can make out the value from my transaction data, from the data which I am storing for my customers, right? So that is why analytics is getting popular these days, which was not the case, some years back. A typical definition of business analytics is study of business data using statistical techniques and programming for creating decision supports and insight for achieving business goals. This definition has almost all the things. What we are trying to study, we are trying to study business data, not any other data. And how we are trying to use that data, we are trying to use that data using statistical techniques and programming, right? So what we are using business data, not the entire data, for the business analytics only. I'm not talking about data sciences, I'm not talking about big data uses, but I'm talking about from the perspective of business analytics only, right? In this business analytics, we are studying business data only, and we are making use of business data from the statistical technique and programming that we have available in the various analytical tool like R, like SAS or SPSS or Stata, right? And why we are doing it? We are doing it to create decision supports and to get insight. And what it will do, it will actually help business to achieve their goals. It will help their marketing team to channelize their effort on the marketing, right? So various use cases can be come out from the data that you are analyzing, based on the data that you are analyzing. So this is the typical definition of business analytics. Now, who creates it and how creates it? It's we who create it. It's the data analytics guy who creates it, right? So business analytics solution typically are using statistical and quantitative analysis, and it's been created by the people, like the skill set they have for programming, for statistical knowledge, and the business knowledge. So these are the three basic things that you need to have to become a good business analytics guy. You need to have the knowledge of mathematical or statistical concepts. You need to have the knowledge of programming and coding, but not, these tools are, and the GUI, those are available in R, they are very sophisticated. So even if you are not from a very much strong technical background, but you know programming a bit, then you have the GUI and other things through which you can do your entire task without writing a line of code also. So these things have been very much sophisticated now, and as I was saying, the requirement is to become a good business analytics guy, you need to have good mathematical and statistical concept knowledge. You need to have the knowledge of programming and coding, and you need to have the domain knowledge. Like if somebody who's working in banking domain and somebody who's working in energy utility, somebody is working in insurance, and is creating insight from the data which is available for that particular domain, he need to have the knowledge of that domain, because you cannot do if you don't have the knowledge of the domain and you're doing analytics, it is like machine learning. So if you will skip the business part from the total business analytics, it will be machine learning. It is like something which machine is doing. So maybe if I am calculating the prices of a house, and I am seeing that the pollution, and my machine is saying the pollution is not an important factor with some parameter value. My machine is saying that pollution is not an important factor. It does not mean I will not include pollution in my calculation, in the calculation of the pricing of a house. It is an important factor. But if you're doing it with a machine learning technique, it may not be an important factor. But ultimately, for business analytics, to calculate the pricing of a house in a society, pollution is an important factor. So even if it has a low weightage, business analytics guy will try to implement it in the model. In the meanwhile, I have a question from Prem Kumar. He's saying, what if you are an above average programmer but not good at math? So maths, I am saying, Prem Kumar, math is required just for the implementation. You don't need to run, you don't need to mug the, I am saying the derivation, or how you are driving the regression equation, or how you are driving the concept of market basket analysis. You just need to know the practical uses of that. That's it, the upper layer. Does it answer to your question, Prem Kumar? Does it answer to your question, Prem Kumar? So you need to know the mathematics at the level through which you can implement it. Prem Kumar is saying, but to be a good data scientist, we need to good mathematics. Prem Kumar, that is dependent. I am talking about business analytics. Data science, I am not sure if it is a good amount of math which is required. What I am feeling, because I am into the industry from 10+ years, what I am realizing that if you know that how you can use a regression equation, what is the uses of a regression equation, you will hardly be involved in the deriving of linear regression equation, right, or any kind of equation. You will not derive it, you just use it, you will use it. So it's a kind of applied mathematics that you need to know. Okay, so moving on to the next slide, who uses R? Okay, so you can see an example. The telecom industry is using, pharmaceutical is using, financial services is using, life sciences is using, and education industry is using. And recently I heard news from somewhere that the best case of big data start is the healthcare industry. Very recently, maybe yesterday, I read that article in some newspaper. They were saying that the best place to start the big data, the most, the industry which is running on big data is the healthcare industry. Okay, so these are the basically data-rich industries, and if you are data-rich, you need to use the data. You cannot sit on the data without using it. Otherwise, you will leave the leading edge from the industry perspective. Okay, so these are the domains in which we are using. Apart from that, there are various domains, like Los Angeles Police Department is using big data, and or the gaming industry is using data now. IPL teams are getting chosen from the statistical model. Bollywood is using these data. Recently, IBM has come up with a formula for a hit Bollywood movie. So it's everywhere. Wherever there is data, you can put your analytical horses there, and you can get the value from there. In the meanwhile, I have a question from Rakesh. He's saying, what are the major areas of mathematics that are used in data science? Rakesh, that's a very, very big question. Maybe I would say the statistical parts of math is required here. Statistical part of the maths is required here. You can start with the knowledge of mean, median, mode, and all these things. Basic statistical. I would say the 10th class of a statistical knowledge will do for you. Okay. Again, few more examples. We have companies those who are using it. Consumer Financial Protection Bureau is using it. John Deere is using it. Bank of America is using it. Specifically now we are talking about R. All companies are using R now. So we have Foursquare that is using it. Bank of America is using it. Australian New Zealand Bank is using it. Google is using it. Mozilla is using it. LinkedIn is using it. Flipkart is using it. Amazon is using it. There are various companies those who are using R, and I will come to that why they are using R, why not other tools. Another slide that about the companies those who are using. Visa is using it, and various other companies. FDA is using it, Citi is using it, Pfizer is using it, New Sigma is using it. So these are the corporate clients of R. So R, first thing that comes in my mind when I talk about R is that it's a free tool. It is a language designed by the statistician and for the statistician, right? This is a language which is designed to help the data science guy, data analytics guy. It is free, and there are more than 5,000 packages are available in R. So if you want to pull the data from the Twitter, if you want to pull the data from Facebook, if you want to pull the data from any social media site, you just need to include a package. I am giving a little concept of package. So think of package as a customized function. Like if I have a function tweet R in R environment, I just need to include this package in my session. And if I'll run a command get page Narendra Modi number of tweet as 100, I'll get the 100 tweets from the Narendra Modi's official page, right? Maybe from the Barack Obama's official page or from any other page. I just need to specify that to whom Twitter account I want to access and how many tweets do I need to pull in. That's it. It is that simple. For everything, I mean, if you want to do customized graphs, if you want to do customized visualization, you can do it. There are more than 5,000 packages which is ready for you to use. You just need to include them and you can use them for your uses. Okay, so learning R is easier. As I said, there are various GUI those are available in R, like Rattle, like R Commander. So with the help of these GUI, you need not to write a single line of code, and you can do your entire analytics job with that. Okay, and similarly, R can be connected from many databases. Like if you want to connect R from SAS database, SAS data set, if you want to connect R from RDBMS, if you want to connect R from the social media, if you want to pull data from Excel sheet, if you want to pull data from a text file, from a CSV file, from a white space delimited file, anywhere. If you want to have pull data from any source, you can do that. You can easily do that. It is all available in R. So whatever the data that you can imagine, you can pull the data, you can put the data, and you can do your analysis. Right. So point is it is free. There are many packages available and a decent amount of help which is available in R. So if you want to take a help on any of the aspect or any on the maybe programming side, you can take help from the internal R help side, or maybe from the R blogger or R Stack Overflow site. You can get the help from there. Okay. Next slide. What is R? As I said, so this is the picture which you're seeing is a picture of R Studio. This is one of the distribution of R that is available in the market, and you can see there are 4 windows here. The source window is the left-hand top window, left-hand bottom window is the console window, right-hand top window is the environment window, and right-hand bottom window is the window where you can see the graphs. Let me run through, let me open it, let me see it, let me give you a feel of it. So this is how it looks. If you want to run, let's say it's very simple. I want to get the mean. This will be your first program for R. I want to take the mean of number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it. I just need to highlight it, and I just need to click here, and it will give you the mean. It is that simple. It is that simple. If you want to take help on mean, you just need to put a question mark here and type mean. And if you will do this, and if you will click on run, you will get the help here. The help will come on this right-hand bottom window. It is still executing. See, you can take the help of R. What is the arithmetic mean? It's a generic function for the trimmed arithmetic mean. So it is that easy. So this is the R Studio. This is the R maybe one distribution of R that we are going to use, that we will use in our classes. Okay, moving on to the next slide. Just a minute, guys. Just a minute. Okay, so you do analysis in R by writing scripts. So the mean and the place where I'm writing, that place is known as the script place. Script place where you can write the script and you can submit it, and you can see the result in the console window. So it's that easy. It's very simple to use. And also I want to show you the GUI that I was talking about, the GUI which is available. There is a, as I am saying, there are various packages. So one of the package which is available in R is the, I can write command here also in the source window, and I can command here in the console window also. So let's say I'm just including a package called rattle, which is available in R, and that is one of the GUI. Okay, and if I do rattle, then you can see I just want to show you the GUI that is available in R. It will take some time to come up. That is taking some time. So you can see this red stop button is coming up. That means it is still processing. It is still loading it. Just bear with me. System is a little slow. That is why it is taking time. So since R is loading everything in the memory, so the one disadvantage of R is it loads all the data in the memory. So sometimes it's a little slow. But if you have a faster machine, and if you are using R on a cluster or on a Hadoop cluster, you will get a decent amount of output. You'll get a decent amount of response from the R. My machine is a little slow. That is why it is taking time. Let's move on to the slide. Once it will come up, and I'm sure it will come up, and I'll show it to you later. Okay, so R has also quickly found the following, because statistician, engineer, and scientists without computer programming skills find it easy to use. What is happening that in most of the US universities, for a stats study, they are using R, right? And when these guys are coming out of their colleges and they have been given some practical assignment of analytics, they are trying to use their university knowledge. That is one of the factor which is making the R popular, because they want to use the thing which they have already learned in their university programs, right? One of the factor which is making it popular, right? So environment, I already talked about that. Environment for statistical analysis, R language consists of function for almost every data manipulation, statistical model or chart. Don't be that much, don't get that much confused. All these things are really very simple. I mean, the simplest programming language I ever seen, maybe the R, that is. I personally believe that anything which is tough is not going to stay in the market. You need to make your product easy to use, then only you can survive. So R is one of the effort in that direction only. So this is the rattle window which has just come up. So now whatever you want to do in R, you can do it in rattle also. You can take the data from any of the sources, like you can see the sources as spreadsheet, ODBC, R dataset, R data file, library, corpus, script. Okay, you can do that. You can get the file from anywhere and you can do your analysis. I can take any of the file from my machine and I can use that. So this is the rattle, which is the GUI environment for R. We have some more GUI for R available, but we will not cover it in today's session. So it's open source. As I said, everything is open, and the mother side of R is the CRAN site. It's a comprehensive R archive network. This is the place from where you can download R, from where you can download all the packages. Those are available in R, and you can start using those packages. So this is the mother side of R, which is available. I will welcome any of your question. If you have any question, please type in your chat window. Please try to use it to the maximum. R Blogger is a community. If you want to keep yourself updated in the latest development of R Blogger is a community. Many active members are there, which are giving the new latest development on the R on a very regular basis. So this is a help. This is a help for the R programmer or for the data science guys, those who are using R. So you can see there are more than 5,000 packages available in R nowadays, and each package is designed for a custom function. You just need to know which package is required for which kind of function. Yes, Prem, can we use R with language Scala? I am not sure about Scala. I have not used that, but I am sure you with some package you can certainly use it. You can certainly use it. I am sure you can certainly use it, but I have not tried my hands on that. Okay, so a very interesting slide maybe for many of us. It is saying this slide is comparing the job trends in SAS and job trend in R. So you can see it is growing. It was bring down by the SAS for a decent time, but now it is moving up. You can see. In the meanwhile, I have a question from Satish Kurana. Is R Studio mandatory to use R? No, Satish. No, Satish. It is not mandatory. You can use base R package. You can use Ratel. You can use R Commander. Anything. But we prefer to use R Studio. It is like a Android version, right? Samsung has their own Android version. Maybe Nexus has their own Android version. Some other company have their own Android version. So think of R as an Android. It is a base thing, and anybody can use it for their own customized function, right? Don't get confused. It's like Linux, right? We have various distribution of Linux available. One is Red Hat and many others, right? So it is like that. Think of R as a base solution, and R Studio is a distribution of R only. So Rajat, I have a question from Rajat also. He's asking, how can you differentiate Excel and R? We can certainly differentiate. Excel, what is the limit? If I have a millions of record, can I do that in Excel? Can I do my data analytics in Excel? Just try it. Put a million record in Excel and try to run a simple average function and see how much time will it take. And think of it from the perspective of Airtel. They are getting 8 billion calls a day, right? Can you imagine this? Can you imagine the amount of data that they are getting a day? And if you're using Excel for data analysis, can you do that? I am sure not. Not at all. Excel is good if you have a limited amount of data, but when the data is the big data, when the data is from the multiple sources, Excel is of no use. Various things are also here. You cannot run text mining in Excel. You cannot take out the data from Facebook in Excel and can do analysis, right? Can we do that, Rajat? Can we take the data from Facebook and do analysis in Excel? Yeah, he's saying with latest BI tools implemented in MS, there are certain things you cannot do. You cannot do a million record processing in Excel easily. You cannot you create a batch file which will execute on daily basis, right? So these are the few limitations. And SAS also has some limitation when you talk about in terms of R. First thing is with SAS it is extremely costly. The licensing cost of SAS is very, very costly. So the organizations, those are money rich, those have heavy pockets, may afford SAS, may afford to use SAS, but organizations those are not pocket heavy may not be able to use SAS. And another advantage of using R is that it has a lot of packages available. Maybe you may not be able to get the feel of package now, but when you will start using R, you will see that how easy to use a package. You need not, a package is kind of, you remove all of your coding and keep it in one package. Whenever you need it back, you just include that package and start using it. Somebody has done some analysis on Facebook. He has done a whole lot of coding. He find that this work can be reused. He put this package somewhere in the R archive network and get it approved so that other people can also use it. It is like that. Amit Sood is asking, can R work with absolute raw data? I mean, no particular structure to the data. You need to do some sort of formatting on the data, Amit. You need to do some sort of formatting in the data. But raw data, I'll give you an example of data mining, especially text mining, in the later 10 minutes of the session. Okay, then you can see I'm using the data from a web page and I'm doing text mining there. Okay. So this is, you're comparing the data tools. It's a survey across all the users in analytics side. So you can see the R is growing there. The number of users is growing. For the data role, it is 33% now, and non-data role, it is 10%. So this is a survey, and we have the response of this survey. Comparing R, if you see, if you love to talk about in terms of numbers, we have the numbers also. and the data has been taken from the Revolution Analytics site. So the salary you can see it's $115,531, which is higher than NoSQL, MapReduce, and Pig, SOA, Hadoop, all these things. R skill attracts the highest salary. So companies developing R, as I said, that there are various distribution of R. So one is the R Studio, another is the Revolution Analytics. They have their different packages, but the core functioning is same. It is like Android, it is like Linux, which is at the core. So maybe you can get a different layer. So these things are just the layer on top of the R. And you can use the basic functionality of R using these packages or these products. You can see the Oracle is using R. Oracle have their own version of R now, and SAS Institute views R as an opportunity, not as a threat. They are trying to do some collaboration with R, like how you can use your data and how SAS can use our data. And the Teradata is also doing R for the in-database analytics. So almost all the companies are there. Those who are ready to use R or already using R. So basic R command line. This is, if you want to see the basic core of R, you can see it. It looks like this. It looks like this. Let me open it. So it looks like this. It's still coming up. My system is a little slow. See, this is the command line. If you want to assign some value to A, you can do this like, if you want to assign B to 4, and if you want to do A plus B, you will get the result there. So it's that easy. It is that easy, right? I want to show you one example for people, those who are in the programming side. This example, what this is doing, it is summing up the number from 1 to 5 to the number 6 to 10. You will see that. So okay, let me run it first. 1 to 5. It will print number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to 10. These number, and if I want to sum these two vectors, I can do it. See, just for the programming guys, this is the homework for you. Maybe you want to do. Just try to do it in your programming environment and see, can you do it without looping? This is my maybe assignment to you. Just try to do it without looping, and in R we are doing it without any. Okay, moving on to the next slide. So this is the basic R command line. So this data visualization, this is a kind of, you can say, a heat map, which is saying this plot represents the location of all the traffic signals in the city. So these kind of beautiful spatial related graphs you can do in R. So certain packages are available in R. You use them, and you can get these kind of visualization on a map. You can get that. You cannot. I am sure you cannot get that in Excel anyway. You cannot get that. Use cases. That's the point. So problem statement is a retailer is interested to find out the association between the products. Let's say if I am a Walmart and I want to know that I am ready to put a discount on the combination of couple of products, and I want to know what will be those products. How can I do that? I need to analyze the data. I need to analyze my system's data. I need to see that what all products are being bought in conjunction together most of the time. I need to do these kind of things. So in R you can do that using a priori algorithm, or maybe some packages those are available in R. You can certainly do that, these kinds of things. Another is the churn is a major problem for the telecom company. A telecom company wants to find out the attributes of potential churn so that they can approach them with right retention offer. So churn is the lever of a company. Somebody who want to stop your services is a churner for you. So you need to analyze the system data. You need to analyze the system data to find out that who is going to churn out of the system, right? So various other use cases also, like if you will talk about use case number 3. So as I'm saying, the Los Angeles Police Department, they are predicting crime even before it occurs. So in this case study, what they are doing in the morning, they are coming up in a meeting room. They are seeing some pattern of the crime from the past data, and they are building a predictive model, and they are trying to predict the crime wherever it is happening. Another use case is is like as I said, the gaming industry. Nowadays, New Zealand cricket team is the pioneer in using analytics. They are they are selecting their people based on the statistical model. They might have the bone density in the model as a parameter, might have the age of the person, and maybe the strength of a person, the muscle strength of the person, various parameters. So just imagine a case where I am buying a player for my club for around $10 million, and next day he's getting ill, and next day he's down, and he's not able to pay, and he's not able to play. If he's not able to play, he's not able to pay back to me. So it's a complete loss for me. So instead of buying, instead of choosing a player based on the selector's choice, why can't we build a model? Why can't we build a predictive models which can help us to select a player based on the statistical thing, based on the things which actually matter for a company, right? You think of any department and they are using analytics now. Okay. And as I said, I'll run you through a case study, and this is why I'm here. Text mining. So what in this case study, what I am trying to do, let me pull the data. So this is the famous script. This is the famous speech of Barack Obama. In this speech, this is the famous Just Weekend speech of Barack Obama. So what I am doing, I'm taking all this data. Somebody was asking that how can we use unstructured data? This is not the unstructured data, but I can say it is quasi-structured data. It is not fully structured, neither fully unstructured, but it is semi-structured or quasi-structured. So what I'm doing, I'm copying this data, and I'm keeping this data somewhere in this file. Saving it. Okay. And as I was saying that this is the library which is required. I am interested to mine this data. I am interested to find out that what is the most frequent word which is being used in this speech. This is what my objective is. This is what I want to know. Okay. So as I said, the TM is one of the package. How to download a package? It's very simple. In RStudio, you just go here and you click on update or maybe install package, and you type the package name here, TM, and you click on install. It will automatically get installed here. So installation of a package is a one-time activity. It is a one-time activity, and anytime you are going to use this TM is a text mining. Anytime if you are going to use the TM package, you just need to include it. So these two are different things. Download, install is different, and the inclusion is different. So installation is the one-time activity, but whenever you want to include that package in your analysis, you need to attach that package. And how to attach it? Using a simple command called library TM. So I am attaching this package in my system. This is responding really slow. Maybe I have not rebooted my system. Okay. Yeah, so this package is installed, but with some warning, that is okay. And similarly, I need to include another package, Word Cloud, which is same way you can download this package from the install and from the update, or from the install, you can install this package. Update, anytime you want to update the package, you can update that package also. So this process is called the attachment of a package in the session, or the load you are trying to load. See, there are other packages, those are getting loaded in the Word Cloud. So think of Word Cloud as a specific package which is designed to do some kind of word related formatting, some kind of text related formatting. Okay, this is the way. You remember, I just keep this data here in this directory. So I need to load this data, and how to load it? You can use it. You can directly load it. Just pass this command, txt2, and this. Okay. Now there are something which you might not be able to learn at this point in time. I will not talk about those things. Just think of it that it is converting, this command is just converting my text file into some kind of file which is understandable to R. Just think of this thing, that's it. Okay, I'll not run it. Okay, so now since I have the data which is there in my system. Let me check it now. Okay, if I want to see what is the data which is there in my system. So B is the place, B is the variable where my all of the data of a text file, which is this file, is present. If I want to see the data, I can do that. I can do an inspect on the B and can see. So this entire switch is here now in my session. This entire switch is there in my session now. Okay. Now there are certain data manipulation things, like you need to convert all the upper cases to the lower cases. You need to remove all the white spaces. You need to remove the punctuations. You need to do these things. So for all okay. So as I said, we have a TM package in the system. So in the TM package, function is TM_map. Through this function, you can convert uppercase to the lowercase. So this command is just doing conversion from uppercase to lowercase. It is that easy. See, I'm running this command. Okay, if I am inspecting B, so you will see all the uppercases will be converted to the lower cases. See, all these things are in lowercase now. No uppercase available here. Okay. Also, same way I am just removing the white space and I am removing the punctuation. Okay. Now I am again, there is something which you will not be able to understand right now, but I am just trying to give you a feel at how easy it is to do analysis on R. Okay. So let me do. I am creating a term document matrix now. Now don't get confused or don't think that it is tough. It is really easy. So I created a TDM matrix, and let me run this entire code for you. And see, we will be interested in the final output now. What will be the output? This code is executing. I selected the entire code and I'm executing it. See, there are something which is coming out, not so fancy, but to an extent meaningful. It is still executing. So you can do, like, I can pull the data from Twitter and can do the text mining in the similar way. Let's say if I want to, I am a company, those who are creating the product for decoration, home decoration, and I want to know that which of my product is the most socially popular product. I can do that. I can include the package for Facebook. Maybe I have a page on Facebook for my shop. I can pull the data from the Facebook and I can do these kind of mining there. I can understand that which are the things which has been most talked about in Facebook about my particular product. Okay. Similarly, if you are a politician, if you are doing some political analytics, you can find out the popularity of the politician based on the social media feedback from the various people. Like what people are talking about you on Facebook, what people are talking about you on Twitter. You can get that data and you can use that data. Okay. So various things, the complete analytics is limited to your own imagination only. Whatever you want to think, you can do in R. Everything, every possible thing is available in R. And these packages are getting updated day by day. As I said, by today there are around 5,000 plus packages, and these are growing rapidly. I want to show you this trend somewhere, at how these things are growing. I have it somewhere. Okay. The popularity of for stats. Okay. Maybe you can see it here. So this site will give you a lot of detail. R for stats article popularity. It will give you a lot of detailed comparison of R among the various analytical tools that are available. Number of packages, I think it is somewhere here. It should be. So 5,000 plus packages are here, but it is growing very, very rapidly. See, number of Google Scholars hits for each software. You can see the popularity of R, which is growing, not at par as SPSS, but these are again a different survey for a different flavor. Right? This is the number of Google Scholars hit for each software. So R is the maximum. R is at the top here. So it is giving a detailed study of R. So number of books written on each data analysis software. So SAS is at the top, but R is at number 3. So it's in the competition, it is giving a tough competition to all the competitors. And in the meanwhile, I'm sure word cloud should be ready. So this is the word cloud, which is looking like. So the most talked about word in the speech is the can, yes, will, nation, happening. So you must be seeing all these things in the blog site. In various blogs, you are seeing all these things. Like, let's say if you have opened a blog and you want to know what is there in the blog, so you can run a word cloud there, or maybe you can put a run word cloud related analytics tool on some corner, and people just open, and the person who will just open the blog, they just come to know that what this blog is all about. What are the people talking about in this particular blog? Okay, let me see if there is some question. I have a question from various people. I missed out on a couple of questions. Okay, so Rajat is saying it is great. Try Power View with maps. Okay. And Karthik is saying, can we do complex joins? And also, yes, we can do, Karthik. SQLite, you can connect your R to the SQL and you can do complex joining, and in R also. There are certain different functions called merge, called bind, which are available in R. You can use them. Manali is saying, can you please write something, as there is something network connection from my side. Manali, I hope your connection is okay. Your connection is retrieved till now. Aditya is asking, same thing can we do using MapReduce in a less interval of time than by R? Aditya, we can submit MapReduce program using R also. You can use MapReduce program in R also. So MapReduce, you will not be able to do analysis there. You will not be able to do this extensive analysis there. You will not be able to get the benefit of the 5,000 plus packages available in MapReduce environment. Okay. What I feel that if you connect your R session with the Hadoop environment and you submit your job, you submit your job for the Hadoop cluster, then the processing is very, very fast there. Krishna is saying, can we connect MongoDB with R? I need to check, Krishna. I need to check, but certainly there will be facility. I have not used MongoDB in conjunction with R. Not required, but certainly there will be. Nadir is saying it is feeling very, very useful. Great. Rakesh is saying, will word cloud always be a one-pager report? It is the very purpose of the word cloud is to give you a feel that which word is being used most of the time. That is the purpose. So it is just for a display, just for a corner of your website might be required for the word cloud display. How about Kafka with R? So the limitation of R, Aditya, is it stores all the data in the memory. It stores all the data in RAM. So you need to type R with a high-speed machine. That is required. Second thing is, not exactly a limitation, but I would say that the people who think that it is free, something which is free may come with some kind of danger. This is what people usually think. So this is certainly not the limitation, but it has a lot of advantage, if it is free. So there are various people, those who are managing R. Another thing is the dedicated support for R. Since for SAS you have a single point of contact through which you can contact SAS people, but for R there are many people, those who are ready to support you. Okay, so you can think of them as a limitation and as well as an advantage, but I think them as an advantage. Since I'm using R from almost 4 years, so I don't find any kind of limitation. I don't see any kind of limitation using R. Earlier than R, I was using SAS and other analytical tools, but it's very, very useful. You can get started on R from just download it and you can use it. You just need a trainer who can train it. Who can train you. Mathan is saying, if you use R, does that mean MapReduce programming is not needed? You can. It is those. I think those two things are relatively different. MapReduce is not a kind of programming which I will say. It is a paradigm. You can create a mapper and reducer in R also. It is not a programming for me, Mathan. MapReduce programming. It is a paradigm. You can do MapReduce in R. You can do MapReduce in COBOL, in Java, in any language that you want. It is a paradigm. So it is all the choice of a programmer that how he wants to create a mapper and reducer. and you can do it. We have a package in R for Hadoop club. You can include Hadoop also, Hadoop R something like that. There is a package also. Okay. Any question that we have? Prem is saying this is the first time I have seen R in action. It looks similar to Octave. How similar or different it is? I don't know about Octave. Sorry, Prem. But I don't know about Octave. I'm sorry. Karthik is asking how about Kafka with R to progress streaming data? I don't know Kafka. Can you please elaborate what kind of thing is it? It might be a different word for me. Yeah, distributed messaging, we have different, as I said, certainly there will be packages that you need to explore. You can get that. I am sure for all of the connectivity in R, from whatever the data sources available, you have the package. You should have the package to connect them with your R. Sure, there will be something for Kafka also for distributed messaging. There will be. Okay, it's simple. Trust me, it's very simple. I picked R on the go. And as I said, somebody who's not from the programming background, we have Rattle, we have Reducer. It will Reducer. We have our commander, and whatever programming that you need to do, it is not required in those kind of GUI. Okay, it's just drag and drop kind of things. Okay, so these are the use cases. None of the industry. If your industry, if your company, if your project, if they are not doing data analytics, they will certainly do it in some time. I have seen a strong transition from a core business project to the core analytics project. They have shifted. They are trying all their best to do some kind of thing for the analytics. And organizations will not able to survive if they will not use analytics. Nadir is saying is Rattle also. Yes, Nadir, it's a free tool. And apart from Rattle, our commander and Deducer, similar tools, they are also free. Okay, guys, do we have more questions? Do we have any more questions? Yeah, Rajit is saying, Anish, your word cloud case study is good. Thank you, guys. We would like to take your feedback. If you want to give your feedback, you can give it right now, or we would encourage you to please visit our site www.edureka.co/r for analytics. You can see this link on the right hand bottom of your slide, and you can note it down. You can visit our site and you can get the information from that site. I have a question from Suman. She's asking, what are the type of jobs that we get? Data analyst, statistical analyst, all confusing words, Suman. These all are confusing words. Somebody says their job is data analytics, somebody says that data science, somebody says that statistical analyst. Totally dependent on company. It is. Some company, they want to tag their data analyst guy as data analyst. Some company wants to tag as data science. They're totally dependent on company. Any other questions, guys? Will this webinar be available for download? I think it should be available, Rakesh. I'll ask my support team to contact you. What job does a programmer get with R? Okay, so programmer is a data analytics job that you'll get. Being a programmer, you will be writing the optimized code. Amit Sudhis saying, I would also like to receive links for downloading RID. Yes, I'll ask my support team to send this link, or maybe the link of this recording to all of you. I'll ask my support team. Any other question, guys? I would encourage you to please visit our site, and from there you can get a lot of information. For any other information, I am just pasting my email address. You can ping me. You can send an email to me. This is my address to all of you. Okay. And you can copy your query with this email ID also, analytics@edureka.in. Okay. Thank you guys. You were an excellent audience and we like to be in touch with you. Goodbye. Have a good day. Thanks.